of Affairs within the construction sector as Tinotenda Kamwendo from Grand Partners Contractors. She is also a town planner by profession. Tino, good morning.
Good morning to you too.
Thank you so much for joining us. I almost wish we had had this interview tomorrow because we kick off Women's Month, and it's always such a pleasure to interview and speak to professional women doing things out there. And you're going to talk to us about construction.
Indeed.
Let's talk about challenges. What are the main challenges within the sector?
Well, I would say the major challenge currently is the issue of funding.
Okay.
Yeah. There are an availability of loans in the construction sector. And also looking at the issue of shortages of cash flow in our country. It's really slowing productivity, even growth itself. So that's one of the major challenges that we're facing in the construction industry.
Okay.
Another thing that I'm going to talk about as a woman is the issue of gender diversity in the sector itself. Current statistics shows that 90% of the workmanship in construction industry are men, while 10% are women. Already you can see that there is an imbalance.
Okay.
So therefore, looking at the National Development Strategy, it's trying to bring about equality amongst men and women. So there is a huge challenge because us as women, we are underprivileged on that issue. And also, another thing, I'll maybe talk about it is looking at the growing construction companies.
Yes.
There is failure of recognition because maybe you lack manipulation. For instance, where I come from at Grand Partners Contractors, we started it in 2017.
Yes.
And by then we were very young. People would just look at us and, would these people deliver? So there's one other challenge that maybe we face as upcoming and upgrowing construction companies.
All right. And I would throw the question back to you as a woman who has had experience. You've been in this about 5 years, since 2017. What do you think your role is in bringing up other female players? Because you've seen what's on the ground, you've seen the challenges. How do you think you can go about then bringing up more female players? We need to move from that 90% to at least a 50-50.
Okay, thank you. I think generally women, right, they are scared to venture in this kind of things, like in the construction industry. Because if we want to look at it as construction sector, it's one of the industry that is really men dominated. So since I ventured into the industry, well, there is less interaction with women. I see a few, maybe when we go to business meetings, there are only few ladies. So I think maybe me being a woman and venturing into the construction industry, it can help people, right, to be motivated. Because I'm such a young person who is into these things, I'm never going to give up. I just feel Kuti, people should be motivated and they shouldn't give up.
And that's why we're excited to have you here and to help you amplify your voice so that more and more women can look and see the strides you have made. Now, we've made reference to NDS 1. And in your view, what is the role of the construction industry in infrastructure development under NDS 1? Where does your industry fit in?
Well, the construction industry itself, it helps by bringing up physical infrastructure, providing the infrastructure to the people.
Yes.
Now, when we're talking about the National Development Strategy, as I initially said, we're trying to bring about equality to everybody. Therefore, by rendering those like infrastructure, let's take for an example, the building of schools, right? It's giving an equal opportunity to all the children to go to school. The building of hospitals. And let's take for an example, the building of houses in isolated areas, for instance, rural areas, right? It's actually giving an opportunity to people out there to have to have the opportunity to have their own personal homes. So I think the construction industry is really playing a major role in infrastructural development.
All right. Thank you so much. And just as you conclude, what do you think is the role, what can be done to boost the relevance of the construction industry in economic development?
Okay, thank you very much for that. As we talked about the challenges previously, I think there are quite a number of things that can be done to boost the construction industry. On the issue of funding, maybe the government can avail loans to those in the construction sector so that it can be easier for them to do their work or their job or to work on their project smoothly.
Yes.
And another thing is that we can actually train, right? We can actually maybe do programs to train and upgrade skills
Yes.
of people. And that's where women venture in now.
If we train them.
If we train them, if they get to know what's to be done, they get the experience that's needed.
All right. Thank you so much, Tino, for taking time to unpack construction for us, to encourage more women to enter into the sector. And we do hope that we'll see more and more of you, ladies rising up, construction companies driven by
Definitely.
women. Where do we find you?
Okay, our main offices are in here in Harare. We are located at number 88 Chester House, room 223, second floor,
Okay.
corner 3rd and Speak Avenue. We are also on Facebook as Grand Partners Contractors, and on Instagram we are at Grand Partners Contractors, and our website address is www.grandpartnerscontractors.co.zw. You can WhatsApp or call our Harare number, which is 0719399530.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We look forward to tracking your progress. We were speaking there to the lovely